OK, this is getting beyond ridiculous. Trans women, which, as we know, are biological males, are apparently now going to be included as women in a push to get more female chief executives into the FTSE 100 by next year. Now, the campaign, called 25 by 25, is an initiative headed by Chief Executive Tara Camilling-Jones, whose mission is to get 25 female chief executives running blue-chip companies by 2025, and it's backed by major companies including Unilever, NatWest and BP. You couldn't make this up. Tara said anyone who identifies as a woman is a woman, though she stressed that 25 by 25 were not an authority on the subject. She said, "Our focus is on succession and talent planning, using gender broadly as an indicator. To suggest anything else would be very misleading." Misleading? That is misleading. What's the point, seriously? If anyone can say that they're a woman, then why bother with this at all? It just makes a mockery of the whole thing. The figures will simply be nonsense. This will obviously skew the information and defeats the object of the goal itself. And also, will the trans woman have a salary of a man or a woman? As we know, there are still major gender pay gap inequalities, and it will be a complete misrepresentation of women and on boards of pay and average salaries. Will the trans woman accept a pay cut? Of course not. They'll simply have the benefits of a male but take up the space of a female. It's absurd. Only last month, Tory MPs accused the financial services watchdog, the FCA, of putting women's rights at risk by encouraging banks to collect staff data based on self-identified gender rather than biological sex. Of course, it was met with resistance from some 40 MPs and peers who wrote to the Chancellor to argue that the FCA was taking an activist approach to its diversity policies. But this is everywhere. This morning I read about a health nurse who claimed that not all people who have babies might call themselves a she or a woman or a mum. Really? What do they call themselves? She was walking through school. She said that walking through a school in a skirt and letting your hair grow when actually people previously knew you as a boy, well, that's incredibly brave. That's what she said. But I think there's an element of attention-seeking, if I'm totally honest. But the worry is it could lead to a path of medical transition when most people going through puberty are struggling with their gender identity in any case. The podcast that this lady said this on is aimed at school nurses, and the series is run by the Digital Health Foundation. I've got to say, thank God for the likes of Liz Truss and Kemi Badenoch, who are fighting to protect biological women from this madness. Liz Truss has tabled a bill which would have banned puberty blockers, protected single-sex spaces and prevented teachers from helping a child to change gender. Biology trumps ideology, and it's time to take a stand. A man can never be a woman, and a woman can never be a man.